This is the GAN 14 maglev. This is GAN's 2023's flagship, and today I will be reviewing it. Firstly, let's take a look at the box. So right off the bat, I noticed that the box is not very big. It is only the size of 2 cubes and the width of 1 cube. So it's not that big compared to other cube boxes like the Tornado V3. Anyways, to open the box, there's this flap which you need to pull out, and inside you'll find a GAN card, the cube, and the accessories box. So if you take these two out, you see this is the cube box and that is the accessories. Let's take a look at the accessories. Okay, so inside of the accessories box, you will find a cube bag, which is pretty much the same as all the other cube bags from other generations. You'll find the adjustment tool, which looks like a fire hydrant. Then you'll find like the app from GAN, and then the maglev GAN 14 maglev sheet, instruction sheet, and finally how to solve the cube. Okay, so the how to solve the cube, the app card and the bag is very standard, so you can pretty much find it in a lot of GAN cubes nowadays. So I'll just be looking at the instructions manual and the adjustment tool. If you open up the instructions manual, you'll find that there's a lot to go through. So I'll just talk you through all of them with the cube. Okay, this is the cube box, and inside this like thin piece of plastic, you can find all the adjustment systems apart from this one. And to open this box, you find the GAN logo and you press on it and the box will open, and here you can find your beautiful GAN 14. Okay, so the cube itself is kind of light. It's definitely lighter than the Tornado V3, that's what I think it is, I'm not sure. But it turns really fast as well due to the maglev technology, like the name suggests. And it also has the auto alignment system. The cube itself is pretty fast out of the box, so you may or may not need to use some slow lube to slow it down, because I find it quite fast after a while and I had to change the settings a little bit. Okay, let's take off this plastic container and let's see what's inside. Alright, so inside is the adjustment tool, which basically serves the same purpose as that, and then more rod magnets to fit into the corners. Okay, if you take off the center cap, the first thing you see is GAN's adjustment system, which looks a bit like the gear. So there are a few ways to adjust this. So firstly, if you want to adjust the inner circle, you find the 3 notches, and you find the side which has the 3 notches. So on this side has the 3 notches, and this side it doesn't. So you use this side, you place it in so that it fits nicely, and then you start turning. Note that you will have to turn the adjustment system clockwise as shown from the arrow next to the numbers. Next up, you have the outer gear, which you can adjust by using the side without the 3 notches, so the one with like the protruded notches, and you just place it in, find like a slot between the gears and start turning it clockwise as well. So the numbers on the inner circle goes from 1 to 6, and the numbers on the outer circle also goes from 1 to 6. The inner circle adjusts the center travel, which basically means the corner cutting ability and how easy it is to pop or twist a corner. The numbers on the outside is basically the spring compression or the tensioning system, and it will adjust how tight the cube will feel. On the inner ring, which is the center travel, 1 is the tightest and 6 is the loosest. So mine set as 3, which basically means it's at the middle. And on the outer circle, the spring compression, 1 is the loosest and 6 is the tightest. Alternately, if you don't want to use the adjustment tool, you can also use this sim ejector tool thingy, and you can slot it into the slot here, and you can start turning it clockwise. You can also slot it in between the 2 gears and turning it clockwise as well. This will remove the hassle of always trying to find the adjustment tool from the box, while you can just have it inside your cube box. Okay, so to identify what setting you're on, just look at the notch on the inner circle. So you see that's pointing to 3, that's also at 3, and this is also at 3. So that means you're on setting number 3 for the center travel. And to know what setting you're on for the outer circle, there's a notch over there which points to the number, and that's 4. You can also see on the other side, and that's also at 4. Now let's get to the magnets. First thing you see is that there are corner magnets. So the corner magnets adjust how the auto alignment system affects the cube. So the bigger the number here, the stronger the auto alignment system will be, and the smaller the number, the weaker it will be. So as you can see, this number is really small and it's at a 5 right now. So it's basically one of the highest. Next up, if you just move the layer 45 degrees and you look at the edges, you will see that there are adjustment systems over there too. There are numbers from 1 to 3. Wait, let me just focus it real quick. Okay, I can't get the camera to focus. So just know that there are 3 numbers. So 1 is there, 2 is here, and 3 is there. And this number adjusts the strength between the corner and the edge. And 3 is the strongest and 1 is the weakest. You can adjust it using this tool as well. Now let's take a look at those magnets. So if you take apart the cube and you take apart a corner, you'll find that there are magnets here, and these ones are white and those ones are blue. This magnet basically affects the auto alignment system, and it will attract that magnet over there. And the blue ones that comes with like the cube box are actually weaker than the white ones. So if you don't want it to be too weak, then just don't need to replace it. Just use the default one. Finally, when you get to the edge, you'll see that there's another magnet there, which basically repels that magnet in the middle, and it will cause the cube to not like to be at 45-degree angle, which may or may not be good depending on the situation. U2 flips on this cube is relatively easy to do, and the M move, okay, the M slice is a bit harder due to the magnets, but if you look closely, the auto alignment system actually works even better on the M slice because the magnets are strong and is attracted by both sides. Algorithms on this are pretty easy to do. They're very effortless because the cube is pretty fast. And if you slow it down, it might not be as quick, but for me, it is pretty good now. So my settings for this cube is 3 on the center travel and 4 for the spring compression system. It is a good balance between the corner cutting and the stability of this cube, so I like this combination of settings. So my corner magnet is at 5 and my edge to corner magnet is at 3, which is one of the highest settings, and it is really strong. So if you don't like strong magnet cube, you can just turn it down a little, but I don't feel like there's much of a difference between the options that they give you. So you just play around and see what you like. So that's the GAN 14. It is a really good cube and I like it a lot. I would say it is probably better than the Tornado V3, mainly due to its corner cutting and speed, but it's just my opinion. So that'll be the end of this video. Thank you and goodbye.